after the stun of high 2021 inches. Morocco places Spain toward the edge of the corner. The political and media circles in Spain are as yet living on the effect of the stun left by Morocco's rejection of Spanish ports from the welcome 2021 inches activity, which is proposed for the travel of the Moroccan people group during the flow season, particularly in there has been discussion of enormous monetary misfortunes, assessed at in excess of €500 million, as per Spanish media, which Madrid customs will bring about, as a trade-off for the Italian and southern French intersections profiting with those incomes. While a similar exemption was supported by Rabat last season, because of the episode of the corona pandemic in Spain, the Moroccan choice this year comes related to the flare-up of a political emergency in relations with its northern neighbor, since it got rebel pioneer Ibrahim Ghali, toward the finish of last April, while the specialists hurried Madrid to report the kickoff of its boundaries to Moroccan sightseers by presenting an immunization endorsement or a negative assessment, which was considered by investigators as Spain's endeavor to go around the normal misfortunes, because of the Moroccan choice. At the point when Spanish political and media circles coursed allegations against Morocco identified with its utilization of the movement paper, particularly after around 10,000 travelers crossed the Ceuta wall, weeks prior, which the Moroccan specialists denied, by taking a regal choice to return unaccompanied minors abandoned in Europe, amid European and global, gladly received. Spectators discovered Moroccan accomplishment in pulling out the migration paper from Madrid's hand, particularly after it was prohibited from the travel interaction. Specialists accept that Morocco has started to utilize abnormal cards in the acceleration with Madrid, particularly after the Moroccan Foreign Ministry affirmed, in a proclamation gave a couple of days prior, that there are profound issues between the two nations, which some considered at the time as a trace of papers that Rabat may use with regards to its emergency. With the Iberian Kingdom, while Spain's prohibition from the African lion moves, the main military activities occurring in Africa, which are facilitated by the Moroccan army installations under U.S. protection, comprise another front of the consuming emergency between the two nations. While Madrid declared its refusal to take part in the moves, what began on Monday and will proceed until June 18, advocating this for monetary reasons, eyewitnesses accept that this is a special case for the moves that occur in pieces of them in the Moroccan Sahara, which is thought of, as indicated by media sources and specialists, a Moroccan reaction to the Spanish one-sided position against the Moroccanness of the Sahara, and simultaneously an American certification of Washington's situation on the side of the undertaking of self-sufficiency in the Sahara under Moroccan power, particularly since Madrid didn't get a greeting from the American Command in Africa, AFRICOM, as per indistinguishable sources, while Rabat didn't immediate any little greeting, notwithstanding its past interest in practices that emphasis fundamentally on reinforcing the abilities of the militaries of the taking part nations in fighting the wild psychological warfare inside the mainland. Also, the scientist in discretionary and global relations, Ahmed Seli, accepts that the pressure between the two neighbors has seen a sped-up change, clarifying in a meeting with Sky News Arabia that the emergency that ejected with Madrid's gathering of the rebel is costly, immediately took extraordinary countenances, particularly with the launch of Rabat to the front of barring Spain from the travel interaction and the African lion moves. Seli focused on that Morocco has exhibited recognized discretionary discernment, as it heightened in reporting positions unmistakably when the matter called for it, and afterward frustrated Spain's endeavors to Europeanize the issue and buoy the emergency by raising the migration issue, to move to the special cases paper. What's more, the representative added, focusing on that Rabat immediately put Madrid on edge, and reversed the situation on it. Spain's legislators didn't anticipate that Morocco should act with so much insight, as it didn't go towards hurting reciprocal commitments. However, it endeavored to utilize abnormal cards. As far as concerns him, the essential specialist Abdullah al-Rami considered, Spanish strategy isn't threatening, Yet there was an erroneous conclusion and abuse with Morocco in regards to the record of Polisario pioneer Ibrahim Ghali, alluding to the mishaps that the Spaniards didn't expect, subsequent to barring the country from the two travel tasks. Also, military activities. He added, in an explanation to Sky News Arabia, that Morocco picked the heightening as a characteristic reaction to the terrible Spanish drive, taking note of that the inquiry that is being posed to now in the Spanish dynamic circles is identified with the roof of this acceleration, its degree, and when it will stop. In a similar respect, the analyst in Moroccan-Spanish relations, Mohammed Al-Rouan, said that the revisitation of the language of numbers shows that Spain approved half a month prior to give Morocco €30 million, inside the system of an association between the two nations, as opposed to what is being advanced by Spanish political circles about it being help, notwithstanding the €200 million allowed by the European Union to Morocco too, conveyed by an organization where Morocco offers numerous types of assistance to the Union. In a meeting with Sky News Arabia, Al-Rouan clarified that the benefits of Marhaba activity, as per Spanish papers, are assessed at €1,150 million yearly, which makes Spain the principal victor from the relations among Morocco and the European Union, taking into account that Morocco has the privilege to utilize every one of the papers, to break with the pilgrim mindset of the Spaniards towards Morocco, and to re-evaluate the benefits and misfortunes. As to rejection of Spain from the African Lion moves, the representative focused on that this is identified with the Spanish situation on the issue of the Moroccan Sahara, focusing on that Morocco should keep on compelling to figure out positions, and audit the records of the Spaniards towards Moroccan interests, requiring the requirement for the Spaniards to explain their positions.